What's good, gang? How you all doing today? It's always awkward and you start the stream, you don't know if anyone's actually watching. So 0 views on my first screen. But hey, let's get it. Oh, right. Hello, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. We're back trying to hustle this 200k account. Well, at the minute, I think it's in the red. Like, is it by like 1 point something percent red or something? I can't remember. Is it red or is it break even? I don't know. Let me just check. No, it's slightly red. It's 1% red. Crazy. Crazy world we live in. The actual funded account is 1% red as well. Crazy. What firm? Aqua Funded Trading. There's definitely better firms out there, I must say. I wouldn't go with that one as your first choice, but it is a prop firm nonetheless. And I have passed, their phase one and phase two, but I haven't gotten a payout yet because I am not in profit. But you know, I've I've gotten the funded account straight into drawdown, came out of drawdown, and then back into break even, and then slightly into drawdown. But not bad, not bad. So how's your morning been? Morning's been okay, actually. Um, oh, I can show you what I was looking at GJ this morning. Not much. Actually, you can see my notes here. So it says previous weekly lows right here. No sells until 4 hour close below, and no buys until a break of high. Now, as you can see, if I just yeah, here is my 4 hour. Now I got my high marked out, my low. Massive bearish candle into the previous weekly low. It's taken out this low, so my 4 hour is bearish. And I wasn't looking for any sells, although we are bearish because we tapped into a weekly zone, and as you can see, as it taps into the weekly zone, rejects it. As well as, funny enough, when market opened on Monday, taps into the weekly zone and pushes off. So this is the second time it's rejected it. So potentially, I will look for buys if price breaks this high over here. If it breaks this high, then market is bullish, and I'll be looking for buy opportunities. At the minute, it's bearish, so I only look for sells, but I'm not going to take sells because we are at a previous weekly low. So I just knew that it wasn't going to be a trading day today for GJ. But yeah, that was GJ. Interesting one. Essentially just opens and yeah, rejects the weekly zone. As you can see all these wicks down here. First hour London. Mass push. Like a 33 pip, not bad. But now we trade US30, right? So this is US30, and what am I looking for? Well, here's the previous day's US high and low. That's all I look for. So we got the high, which is extremely thin because it didn't really create any wicks. And we got the low, which is actually also the previous day's high as well. So it's a nice zone. And I'm looking for something like maybe like this, but price is like nearly 200 points away, which is a shame because I want it to come down and reject it. Or if it comes down, breaks the low, comes back in, and then pushes down again, then that is a trade I might take as well. You see. And it's vice versa for US high. If we see a tap into the high and we get like a wick or some sort of rejection, then yeah, I will take that trade. Sells from the high, or if it wants to do the break and retest, comes up, comes down, pushes off again. So that's what I'm looking for today. And the market, well, NYSE will open at 2:30, so we've got another 6 minutes until it opens. How is everyone this fine day then? Happy trading? Well, hmm. Well, we got 5 minutes. Now it took a loss in gold. Oh, did you long or short it? Looks like we're having a bit of a retracement actually today. Nice push. Well, you win some, you lose some. I mean, with good risk management, one loss, you're probably still in profit after a winner. Got a 5K funded account this morning. That's pretty good. That's nice. Is it your first ever funded account, or have you had ones before? Because I have my first funded account and I still have it. I think it's like 2 and a bit weeks I've had it since, so that's pretty good. Oh, less than 5 minutes until the open now, which is nice. Do I want to set an alert up or should I just visually check? Last time I set an alert, it crashed my trading view while I was streaming, so don't know. Can the laptop handle it? Who knows? But yeah, let's see how this funded account gets on. Cool, 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 cool. We might see most of volume in a couple minutes, but where will it go? I don't know. You don't need to know. Just gotta react to whatever the market wants to tell you, right? But yeah, these are essentially my zones: US high, US low. Cool, cool, cool. We've got IC markets all set up. MT4, 5 lots, cool. Everything's good to go. How are the 200K doing and with what for? 200K is, well, it's with one of one funding. So, good old TJR. But it's negative 1% at the minute. So, yeah, so I think we've taken 2 trades on it so far in this live stream. So the first one was a break even, the second one was a loss. Although, is it a loss? It was a loss. What's the leverage? Enough for my lot sizes. I don't know exactly. Maybe I can Google it. So apparently the max for evaluations for aqua-funded is 1 to 100. Well, 1 of 1. 1 of 1. Leverage. Again, 1 to 100. I think my personal account broker gives me 1 to 500, so that's nice. Yeah. So that's the leverage on my funded account. When did New York session start? New York session in the UK starts about 1, but New York Stock Exchange opens around 2:30. So I'm waiting for the 2:30 candle. Actually, let's see how it opens. So in like less than a minute, New York Stock Exchange. Hello, guy. Hello, brother. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Well, I think it is a very popular firm, and I don't think they expected it. Again, it's influencer marketing, so of course they're going to drive a lot of traffic to it. So they probably weren't prepared to deal with the amount of traders coming in when they launch. So that's probably why they are behind payouts. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens because at the end of the day, I'm not actually funded with them. I just got a challenge with them, and trying to pass it is my priority right now. Let's see how this opens, shall we? Oh, is it going to push up or is it going to push down? Well, equities lately, ever since the elections, have been on a massive rally, really. So I wouldn't be surprised if it continues. Also, they do have 100% payout splits, so it's probably why a lot of people have gone to them. Okay, well, it was a decent open, I guess. Good first minute. Let's see if it wants to continue pushing higher. Because all I have to do is either wait for it to tap into the zone and then reject it, or break above and then come back and give me another rejection candle, right? That's all I'm looking for. The channel growth is actually pretty insane. Around 900. 900 subscribers at the minute. It's pretty cool. I imagine I might hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I hope so, because it'd be nice to do that. But yeah, it's literally less than 100 subscribers left to that 1K. My watch hours, not as good as my well. I don't know because it's always like a week or two behind. So at the minute it's telling me it's 1,500, and I need 4,000. What for a YouTube partnership program? But yeah, looks like price is pushing higher. Give away for 1K subs? What can I give away? Like I don't have anything. Don't have anyone to sponsor me to give away. If it closes above the high on any time frame, full margin your buys. Full margin. Or 1 to 100 leverage. Yeah, just like that. Probably there's probably a close above the high on like the 1 second, like every second at this point. Okay, well, Does look like it wants to push to the upside at the minute. Not too bad. We will see. We will see what price wants to do. But yeah, no, I think the vlog style definitely is definitely very popular. So I'll probably continue to do them when I can, because not every week's exciting. You know, some weeks are a bit boring, like the election week. So yeah, I'll try to keep it as interesting for you guys. Cool. Well, this first 5 minute is a nice looking 5 minute. I probably will be playing Minecraft while this is happening if I wasn't live streaming. Because, you know, sometimes just watching the charts is just mind-numbing. How many evaluations did I blow? Oh, this is a good question. So let me think. So about 6 months ago, was it 6 months ago that I started prop firms? Somewhere around, 6 months ago, I started trading prop firms. And the first one I went for was a 50K account. That was a true Forex funds. Brilliant. We all know what happened then. Literally, I had that account, well, I had that challenge for less than a month, went insolvent, went under. Brilliant. So then, yeah, that was the first one that I kind of blew because, well, I was actually in profit, which was so sad. I was in profit in the phase one, and then True Forex funds had to go under. Then I think I went straight to Aqua Funded, and then I did a 50K account there. And then what happened was, I was trading it, and then I was trading it on the C Trader platform, and then they actually migrated over to MetaTrader 5. And in doing so, let me show you actually. Let me show you. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, so this is the one. So this is the very first funded account with my Forex funds. No, not my Forex funds. True, no, Aqua funded. Different platform. Anyway, so what happened was I was in profit, then they went over to yeah, they went over to platform 5, which is MetaTrader 5. And then essentially went to the next one, which is this one here. So then they essentially deposited um yeah, so what they did was really weird. They gave me a 5K account, which is meant to be a 50K account, but then they gave me like 50 grand worth of profits. But which means that my daily loss limit is $250, which is not viable if you have a 50K account. So obviously I blew it, right? So that was my second uh prop firm that I blew, you could say. So the first one, the company went insolvent. The second one, I got breached when I shouldn't have. And then I think the very next one was it a 100K? Yeah, it was 100K. I think I breached that naturally. That's fine. Then the very next one, I had oh no, I forgot. They had bespoke funding firm. I had 100K, but I went on holiday. So and I didn't place a trade for August whatsoever. Full stop. Just didn't place a trade. And I got that breach because of my 30 minimum trading days. So I lost that one for simply not trading, which is crazy. I just forgot to place a trade. Um, so then I had essentially the fourth aqua funded prop firm was the one that passed funded, but I had a second one afterwards that I was doing it alongside. But it was so unfortunate because with my trade copier, I didn't copy all the trades with it, and then the trades that I did copy were all losers, and it missed out actually on all the winning trades, which is annoying, which is so annoying, because if it was actually properly copying, that I would have had a second 100K account as well. So it's sad times. Just because stupid mistakes like having my investor password in the trade copier instead of my actual password, so the copy couldn't actually copy across. So that was sad. So about four or five, I think. But like a couple of them were due to stupid mistakes, like well, True Forex funds going bust, and you know, it was sad times. So money down the drain, eh? Money down the drain. I have not yet. I think you have to wait 14 days with Aqua Funded, which I did, but I continued trading, and then that took me into negative 1% drawdown. So I think I could have had a 2%, but yeah. But hey, yeah, you're right. We live, we learn. I like that from you. I like that from you. I got my channel banner. I actually updated it to have that quote on there because I thought it would be a slightly better of a to have a quote rather than just say, my name and then whatever I did. That's so crazy. First, if every after you got funded, that's so sad. Well, at least I never had a payout denial slash missed out on payouts. But hey, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster because I had a really good October and that passed my funded account. But then what happened was I went on a straight losing, well, three trade losing streak. So that took my funded account into drawdown, although the whole week as a whole, I'm actually in profit. But the reason is because in the middle of the week, that's when I got the funded account. So it was weird, just the timing of getting the funded account took it right into drawdown, which actually hurt my psychology a little bit, I think. And I needed to take a step back and just breathe. And I had two back-to-back US30 trades that took me back into profit as well. But we're here now. We're here now. A couple mistakes later, and now we're negative 1% drawdown. But hey, so what does Price want to do? Does it want to continue pushing? Who knows? We have to see. What kind of prop firms are you guys trying out? I wanna have thoughts because I haven't really been around. Um, I haven't tried out that many prop firms. How did I work on holding holding trades? I do feel it sometimes when your trade is nearly at profit and then it reverses a little bit, but then sometimes later it will smack your TP afterwards. But usually when I just need to get my mind off the charts, I'll just load up a game and just start gaming. And then I completely forgot about the trade I was in the game, and then I was in an intense gunfight, and then suddenly my laptop started ringing, and I'm like, oh wait, that's my alert for TP, and I realized I hit TP. Great. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot. It's very easy when you trade something like US30, like the first 30 minutes, because there's a lot of volume and it shoots up. Like I can watch that because it's just shooting straight to my take profit. But the minute it starts reversing, that's when I find it difficult. But yeah, I just take my mind off the trade completely, and that's how I can hold the trade a lot better. Also, times when I'm in a trade, but I'm at my part-time work shift, like Friday night, I'm holding a US30 trade. It's quite easy to be honest. Although my mind is like half on the trade, half at the work. But yeah, just turn off your screen for the charts and then do something else. Like I'll sometimes go downstairs, but I have my phone, so I can check the charts every now and then, but I'll be doing something. But yeah, no, lately I've just played a video game called Ready or Not. My laptop isn't the best at playing that game. So we got one using Equity Edge. Okay, that's good. Equity Edge, I think, was the one that had the insanely cheap challenge, I remember. I'm funded on Funded Next. They paid me out twice so far. Oh, okay. At least you got your money. Funder Pro, they A-book you. So is that real capital? Yeah. Sorry to bomb you with the questions, boss. I really appreciate the feedback. How many markets do you trade, and how many trades do you limit yourself a day? How many markets trade? So I used to trade GJ, and that's all I did. And then very lately, October, was the first time trading US30. And my God, that provided me basically all the profits for the month. So now I trade GJ and US30. GJ needs a lot of work, I think. GJ is a little bit more of a sit down patience game because there's less trades taking on GJ, whereas US30 will give me a bit more trades than GJ. So yeah, so I trade GJ and US30. I trade essentially one pair for every session. So I used to only trade London. Now I trade London and New York Stock Exchange. So US30 for New York Stock Exchange. And I only limit myself to one trade a day. Well, one trade a day, one trade per session. So if I take a trade in London, that's it for London. So then I'll go to US, trade that. If there's a trade, I'll trade one trade for that US session. So yeah, essentially one trade per pair. And yeah, Equity did it after his payout. What does the payout count as like drawdown then? So like if you if you if you like withdraw like 6%, does that count as like a daily drawdown breach then? 100K props on stocks. Nice. I mean, I'm not really a stock kind of guy. I'll do indices, but stocks not really my thing. I'm a Funder Pro as well. Apparently, it's a live account, but who knows? Daily payouts. Ooh, daily payouts. Funder Pro. Let me Google them. Let me Google them real quick. Funder. Wait, what's it called? Funder Pro. Funder Pro. Oh, get funded with. I don't want to. Damn. How do I get into the how it works? Frequently asked questions. Cool. La 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 la. The challenge. Buy a challenge. Pick a account type. Fast track. So there's a one phase or two phase. Okay. Same price. Okay. So how much is 100K? $549 for. It's not bad. Profit target. Oh, it's crazy. So it's 10%, 8%. Okay. Fast track. It's just a simple 14%. 4% max daily drawdown, overall 7%. Okay, okay. Max lots. Okay. Ooh, up to 150 leverage on Forex. Consistency rule. Ah, okay, okay. Is there a minimum trading day? Minimum trading day. I don't think. Well, it doesn't say anything about minimum trading day actually. Oh, you are right. Profit targets are high. Well, if you do the one phase, it's 40%, but if you do the two phase, then you have to get a whole 18%, and you have a slightly less. But so they might be a little bit more stricter with their targets, but fair enough if they pay out frequently. How quickly from requesting it do you get the payout? So what, can you request a payout right after you close a profitable trade, and then when does it hit your bank account? GJ is scary. You have no clue when. GJ can be scary, yes, you're right. But typically when, you know, GJ goes to a level that is pretty high, or like a psychological level, like 200, you can kind of guess that they might intervene because, Japan has their own economy to care for. But yeah, after they intervene, it just becomes like just a 3 day, like no trade day afterwards. So yeah, GJ, you got to be very patient and wait for your setups. Minimum trading day one and having consistency rule challenges is a scam because day. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, well, they said 45% of your overall profits can't be from one trade, which is fair enough. So I guess if you have like a insane, wait, yeah. So let's say you just have a really insane trade that you don't typically like take, that only occurs like maybe once every 6 months or once every quarter, right? Like it's part of your strategy, but it's like a trade that happens like once every quarter. And you take that trade and it takes most of your profits. That's crazy. So then you have to essentially, that's crazy. Well, keep trading until you make more than double what you made in that big trading day. It's crazy. So you essentially really need to have like three trades at least for the consistency rule to be applied. Oh, we got a chatbot. So good customer service. Aquafunded, I wouldn't say have the best customer service in my opinion. Payout within 24 hours, never longer. Really? So as soon as you hit the OK consistency rule, you can request it and then you get the money within 24 hours. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Really? Three payouts in a day. Fair enough. Okay. So you just take little bite-sized trades, I guess. So you don't have an absolute monster of a trade, I guess. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Yeah, US30 does not look like he wants to give me a trade today. Can't lie. Really does not. Oh, it's only for the challenge accounts. Wait, so once it's funded, does it not matter whether you have an absolute monster of a trade then? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Decent. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So I guess once you pass it, then it's worth the wait, right? So it's probably like a prop firm that you'd want to have in the background, sort of like building along slowly but surely, rather than, over risking too much. Because I actually risk 2% per trade on my prop firms, which isn't too bad realistically, but hey, I don't mind blowing an account real quick, as long as I know, I'm not wasting my time. But on the funded account, 1%. I want to keep my funded account now that I got it. Pretty decent, I guess. Funded Pro, I might look into that. Daily payouts, it says. Since you're generating real profits in your funded account, you can request your share at any time. As long as your account is in profit at least $100. If you're on a roll, you can even request multiple payouts on the same day. 80%. So if it's real profits, they're still giving you 80%. That's crazy. So what? They get to keep 20. I guess if they, well, then I imagine they do still make a lot of money from, blown challenges, right? Yes, funded accounts are STP accounts on a regulated broker funded with real capital, not virtual money. We believe that talented trades shouldn't be kept on demo accounts and used as hedging. Real capital also permits daily payouts because they really generate your cut of the profits. Crazy. Could you break down your strategy? Okay, very simple. Essentially, what I look for is the previous day's US high and low zones. I mark it out, and all I want to see is if price opens within the range of the previous days. I want to see either it taps into the zone like this and rejects, or breaks through, comes back, rejects. Oops, either side, just like that. If it opens outside the range, then the only trade I'm looking for is just a tap in and then a rejection. That's it. That's the one setup I can look for if it opens outside the range at 230. And I can show you a real trade that I have taken. Just let me go see if I can find it. Was it this day? Was that Monday, Tuesday? These were, yep, here's one. Something like this. And then if you go on a 5 minute, some of you guys might have seen this trade example I given. So on this trading day, essentially the previous day's US high and low I'm looking for a rejection from. And where's 230? 230 opens. Oh, well, 130 opens. The reason why it's 130 because of daylight savings. So for this week, it's an exception. It's 130. But yeah, because of daylight savings, it was a arrow back. So yeah, 130 opens. It taps into the zone, so it opens around here, I think, or here. So this was his open. You can actually see if it was yeah. Okay, so this was his open down here. Came up again, although it was a bullish body. We have massive wick to the downside and upside. So to me, that's an indecision candle. I'm not taking a trade. Then the next candle comes down lower to the zone. Then the next candle was a bullish body, which is a sign of rejection. So then that's when I took my trade here. And then all I do is target the next US zone, which is the high, essentially. And then that is the trade I took. And that was about 230, 240 points. I think my entry was actually slightly lower just because I was a bit slow on executing. So I had a slightly bet price. But yeah, it was around 240 points I took the trade at a profit, which was quite nice. And funny enough, the exact same thing happened the very next day, where 130 opened and it was just a rejection candle in the first 5 minutes. That was a trade I took, smackarood. And when you asked the question about holding my trades, at this point it was easy to hold the trade up here. But when it did this, when it was near my TP, I found it difficult, so I just played a game instead. And then it smacked my TP afterwards perfectly. And actually, in fact, you can see that although that's the candle that smacked my TP, it was also a rejection candle of that US high zone, which I didn't actually take that trade, but I guess you could have. But again, I said I'm a one trade kind of guy. So yeah, that was that. That was the day. So these are a couple examples of what I look for essentially. Just previous days US high and low, rejection, and take the trade, really. That's all I look for. Interesting. Now, I don't think today US30 has a clear direction it wants to go. So the chances are I don't think I'm gonna be taking a trade. So I'll probably end the live stream in about 5 minutes. But if anyone's got any more questions or anything they want to ask before I end the stream, shoot away, you know? How would you find TP if there's a break and retest? Quite simple. 300 points, dead flat. So if I take a trade where it's a break and retest, I would just go bang, 300 points like that. And one thing I haven't explained is my break even rule. The minute it hits 100 points, 100 point flat, break even. Done. I think there was another trade where it was actually not a break and retest, but I targeted 300 points. Let me see if I can find it. Hmm. Might be this one, was it? Was it this one? It could be, could be, could be. I did not come up with that strategy myself, actually. I learnt it from someone else. Same thing with the GJ strat, all the same strat, all it's same concept essentially. Was it this one? 1, 230, no, 230. Nah, this is not the one. It's not the day. Which day was it that I had that trade? Ah, it was this one. This was the day that I had that trade. Perfect. Let's go Smackaroo. Can I go that far back? Yes, I can. So yeah, again, we were looking at yeah, bang. So yeah, so it opens inside the range, and again, the first 5 minute candle taps into that zone, rejects it, so I take a trade here. Stops about here. It's quite a big stop loss, but just about doable. So if I targeted the zone below, it was less than a 2 to 1, not worth it. So I hold about 300 points, which was about here. And that was a trade I took. It was a nice trade that smacked that 300 points. And yeah, what account size is best for a beginner prop fund trader? Um, so I'd probably say that depending on your financial situation, like if you don't really have that much money, I probably wouldn't put any money towards a prop firm at all if I didn't think I could pass it. But if I believe I can pass it, then I would spend the money on however much I can that's affordable. Like that makes sense. So like if you got a personal account and you're making like £1,000 a month on it, then doing like maybe a 10K account or a 5K account isn't worth it because you're not going to make that much money from it, where you can make a lot more from your personal account. Because if you're making like 1,000 from your personal account, then, you know, if you go through the motion of doing a challenge for a prop firm, all of that, and then waiting for 2 weeks for the payout only for like £500, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth your time. The GU trade. Oh, what happened on the GU trade? Did it hit TP? Because I think you said you were like targeting the lows. Kind of consolidate it for the rest of the day. Yeah, it did consolidate for the rest of the day. Well, then Asia opened and smackaroon down. Any thoughts on gold? What is happening with gold? Um, Gold looks bearish. That's my initial reaction to it. And well, let's see if there is an opportunity. Unfortunately, if I was trading my strategy, it would be a no trade day. Well, because it violated my zone I was looking at. If I was trading gold, took you out. Really? That's rough. So where did you take the trade again on the break? And then you were wicked out. It was 187 something. What was it here? Yeah, I imagine it was probably somewhere here, right? That's rough. Wicked out. Yeah, that is one of the mo worst pains you can go through, I guess. So what is GJ doing? Looks like New York wants to come back down. Uh, okay. So it's probably continuing to be bearish. If it breaks this low, I guess, yeah, that's a good sign that it is very bearish. But I don't want to take a trade until it breaks and closes. The 4 hour closes below the weekly zone. Success rate. For US30, above 50%. I think my success rate for October for US30 was actually 55%, but there was two winning trades that I actually didn't take the trade on, according to my back testing. So it would have had a slightly higher. It's just that I didn't follow well to the T exactly everything last month. But anyway, with all like missing trades and that, it was still a 55% win rate for me last month for US30 at least. But yeah, no, with US30, trade can still tap your zone and then completely go through it. So then it just becomes a no trade day, you know? So there are times where you have close calls and you think, oh, I might have a trade going on, and then it just doesn't give you a trade. Bitcoin going crazy. I heard, it was about 81,000 USD, something like that. Crazy, insane. Hang on a minute. What is going on? 90? That's crazy. What? Well, last time I heard it was at 81,000 dollars. And then it just pings up 10 grand in a day. That's crazy. Insane. That is Bitcoin. Unfortunately, I don't have any money to Bitcoin. How many a week, a month? So when I only traded GJ, it was about 4 trades a month that I'd take max, right? I never saw me take more than 4 trades maximum. But I think now I trade GJ and US30. I think I took 14 trades on October. But yeah, I think there was like 2 trades on GJ that was actually shouldn't have been taken. So it was like, not on the part of the plan. But I think I took 9 trades in US30. Go to US30. US30 is right here. US30 is dropping. It is getting close to the zone. We'll see how it reacts. If it completely disrespects me, then that's me completely done for the day. If it takes longer and it hits 330, then I am done for the day. I don't care if it comes and like 4 o'clock it taps into the zone, rejects it. I will be done for the day if 330 comes and it hasn't tapped into my zone yet. because actually, funny enough, 80% of the trading opportunities come within the first 15 minutes. So, yeah, and when I see this, it's not really a good sign that I'll be having a good trade, well, a trade to take today. But yeah, looks like it's reacting off its own US low. Interesting. And it's pretty, yeah. I mean, it's about what, 20 minutes until 3:30. Is there a time you stop trading? Oh, I kind of answered your question without realizing. Yes, there is a time when I stop trading. So US30 is 3:30. Done afterwards. Because literally 80% of my trades, there are obviously trading opportunities that within the setup that happen at like 4 p.m., and they are completely valid. It's just that if 80% of my setups happen in the first 15 minutes, why am I wasting like a whole hour of my time for a lower probability, setup occurring? Whereas I could be more time efficient with my day if I literally just trade the first 15 minutes of New York Stock Exchange Open. But I was a bit lenient and said I'll do the first hour, you know, essentially. Like with GJ, again, like you can get trades that happen at like 11 a.m. But chances are it's a valid trade and all, part of the plan. But chances are I'm not going to be at the charts to take those trades because majority of the trades should really happen in the first hour or two with GJ. And at the end of the day, I don't want to be a slave to the charts. But yeah, chances are it's again another no trade day. If there was a huge wick, so what happens, right? So let's say um, how I draw my zones. So I start off on the 1 hour anyway. Always start off on the 1 hour. And then let's say I want to draw my zone, like here. That is my zone. Done. I don't have to do anything to it now. But let's say there's something like, this. This is my 1 hour zone. If we measure it out, it's from wick high to body, that's 100 points. I'm never gonna get a trade that fits my plan like that. So then I go down to the 30 minute, and well, so happens to be a lot smaller. But essentially, I will start on the 1 hour and then I'll go down all the way to the 15, or sometimes if I have to, the 5 minute to get my zone. And there are times where price does come up to the zone and taps exactly and then rejects it. And the zone is massive. Yes, you're right. The zone is massive. It's like that. But I'm not going to take a trade like this with a massive stop loss. Like I'm just not going to do it. So I will always refine my zone going down to lower time frames. And there will be times where then, trades do reject off the 1 hour zone and it's a winning trade essentially. But I'm not going to take it. But then there will also be some times where price comes up to the zone and comes up, and taps right on the very edge, the very high, and then rejects it. And that is when I will take a trade using that zone. But again, there's also times when trade just obliterates it, you know? So just your chances are better with having a refined zone. I won't take a trade off the zone if it's too big. I'll refine it. I might have to end the stream in a couple of minutes, just simply because my siblings will be coming home soon, and I do have some steak that I've got out on the side to prepare, so we can eat it later tonight. So, yeah. But I will still keep an eye on this for another 15 minutes if it gives me an entry or not. Thank you, no worries, man. Always come back and tune into the stream another day because I will be doing this stream again tomorrow at the same time for the same session with the same strategy. But again, let me know how your guys' day are. Tune in tomorrow, and yeah, probably end it in the next 15 seconds. So peace out, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.